Welcome to this explainer. Okay, picture this. You're staring at your screen, just trying to pay a simple utility bill, and suddenly you realize you're completely locked out of your own account. Why? Because you're missing one tiny, highly specific piece of information. If you've been there, trust me, you are absolutely not alone in that frustration. Today, we're breaking down a really practical but surprisingly complex digital hurdle. Imagine you're finally trying to create a paperless utility profile. You're excited to get rid of all that physical mail cluttering up your kitchen counter, but right as you go to register, you realize you need your account number. And here's the kicker. That 10-digit number is locked securely inside the exact same digital profile you haven't even been able to create yet. It's a total digital catch-22. So, let's solve it together. Here is a quick look at our agenda for today. 1. Why your account number matters. 2. A step-by-step retrieval guide. 3. Troubleshooting the bootstrap dilemma. 4. Security and scam prevention. 5. Conclusion and final tips. And 6. An important legal disclaimer. Let's dive into section 1. Why your account number matters. The 10-digit key. So, why do they make such a big deal out of this identifier? Well, the crucial point here is that this isn't just some basic billing code. Think of it as the master key to your entire digital and physical service profile. Within Oklahoma Gas and Electric's digital architecture, this exact 10-digit number is what links your physical property address straight to your digital records. Without it, you literally can't establish an online profile. You can't execute a secure guest payment, and you definitely can't authorize a service transfer when you move. It is the absolute core metric the utility uses to know exactly who you are. Now, before we actually get into the steps to find it, we need to clear up a massive point of confusion. Archival datasets out there constantly confuse Oklahoma Gas and Electric, which serves about 913,000 accounts across Oklahoma and Arkansas, with OGE Electric Corporation. That second one is actually PPL Electric Utilities, and they serve 3.5 million customers all the way over in Pennsylvania. Mixing these two up can lead to critical payment routing errors and just huge headaches, so make absolutely sure you're dealing with the Oklahoma-based entity. All right, section 2, step-by-step retrieval guide, authenticated pathways. Okay, if you're already authenticated, meaning you actually know your username and password, the retrieval process is basically instantaneous. You just hop onto OGE.com on your desktop, punch in those credentials, and wait a second for the real-time billing database to load your home screen. Boom, your 10-digit account number will be sitting right there on the main dashboard. And hey, if you need an official document for something, you can just open any of your digital PDF statements. The number is usually embedded right up in the upper right-hand corner under customer information. But honestly, if you're on your phone, their native mobile app streamlines this beautifully. If you've got the app on your iOS or Android device, you can use biometric logins, like Face ID or your fingerprint, to just bypass typing passwords entirely, which is a huge win for convenience. Once you're in, navigate over to the My Account or Bill Summary tabs, and there's your active identifier. For property managers, or really anyone juggling multiple meters, the app even has this super handy switch account function. It lets you toggle right between different addresses to view their distinct 10-digit numbers all in a single session. Moving on to section 3, troubleshooting the bootstrap dilemma. What to do when you're locked out. Okay, here it is, the dreaded bootstrap dilemma. This is the catch-22 that catches so many paperless users completely off guard. You need your account number to set up your online profile, right? But since you went paperless and don't get physical mail, the only place that number exists is inside the profile you can't create yet. It's an endless loop that makes online self-recovery structurally impossible. So how in the world do you break the loop? Well, you have to bypass the digital wall entirely, and this table breaks down your options. If you happen to have an old paper statement stuffed in a drawer somewhere, grab it. Physical custody of that document gives you instantaneous access with zero login required. If you don't have one, you're going to have to rely on medium authentication methods, like calling a live agent or the automated helpline. Those are totally dependent on how long you wait in the queue. You could also try email, but honestly, with a technical latency of 24 to 72 hours, it's pretty useless if you're staring down a looming payment deadline. Look, if you're locked out and in a hurry, your absolute best bet is just calling their residential support line at 800-272-9741. But be prepared, because you aren't logging in digitally, you've got to pass a multi-factor identity check over the phone before a live agent will even think about manually disclosing your 10-digit number. Make sure you have your full legal name, the primary telephone number associated with your profile, and your exact physical service address totally ready to go. Which brings us to section 4, security and scam prevention. Why your number is heavily guarded. Now, you might be wondering, why don't they just have a simple web form where I can type my name and address to get my number? I mean, that would be convenient, right? But it would also be a massive security flaw. Omitting a public lookup tool is a deliberate structural choice by the utility. It prevents malicious actors from using bots to just scrape their database. Remember, when you first set up your service, you probably handed over sensitive stuff like your social security number for credit validation. Guarding that 10-digit account number is what stops imposters from accessing those linked financial details or setting up fake digital profiles in your name. And actually, because this identifier is locked down so tight by the central database, it becomes your best weapon against scammers. Lately, scammers have been manipulating Google search results, so fake phone numbers pop up when you search for things like OGE bill pay. If you ever call one of these numbers, or if someone calls you out of the blue demanding immediate payment, put them to the test. Ask them for your exact 10-digit account number or the date and amount of your last payment. A real utility agent has all of that right in front of them. A scammer doesn't. If they can't recite those details, hang up immediately. It's a scam. All right, getting into Section 5, Conclusion and Final Tips. Taking action. So, you've successfully retrieved your 10-digit number. Awesome. But be highly mindful of how you actually use it to pay your bill because it affects your wallet. Logging into the authenticated portal literally saves you cash. If you pay via checking or savings inside your logged-in portal, the processing fee is absolutely $0. But if you're in a rush and use the unauthenticated guest portal, which is run by a third-party processor called US Payments, you're going to get hit with fees. That's a $2 fee for a bank transfer or a $3.50 convenience fee for using a credit or debit card. So yeah, take the time to log in. It definitely pays off. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. We started this explainer looking at how incredibly frustrating it is to be locked out by that bootstrap dilemma. But having just seen the serious risks of social engineering and data scraping, does this initial digital friction actually serve as a necessary shield for your personal data privacy? It's a really delicate ongoing balance between absolute convenience and vital identity security in the modern age. Finally, Section 6. Important legal disclaimer: verify before action. Just a quick reminder that while every effort has been made to ensure the accuracy of the steps, fees, and security protocols we covered today, you should always verify the details yourself. Always consult official utility channels and use verified contact forms like oge.com/contact us to keep your financial information completely secure. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer today. Until next time, keep asking yourself, is absolute digital convenience really worth compromising your privacy? Keep those account numbers safe out there.